Ndege gamenti ekelela menu. Onye no nogoli ya Dr. Sinacho para gbara mmiri gbola. Dibia. Na lora ada na lo were kam na arụ ọrụ. Asịm nkwọta ya kwa ala anyị homa. Nkwọta ya kwa ala anyị homa ogologo ndụ na ahụ isi ike. Ọganihu ha akụ na ha enwe ya mmeghe ụzọ. So if you are joining us now, enwe topic m dere nga. Ihe m chọrọ anyị treat ewo chi gị na Onye-Uwa gị, all the same thing. You see, this is a very, very confusing topic. A lot of people don't know who, if chi is Onye-Uwa and if chi is different from Onye-Uwa. Too many conceptions out there. You understand? Too many conceptions out there. Have you come across that question before?
No.
Be audible. Yes or no? Be audible. No. I'm on live video. So now a lot of people here, please, if you think your chi is your Onye-Uwa, or if you think your chi is not your Onye-Uwa, write it in the comment section. In the comment section there, I'll respond to you. If you lose a chi gi Onye-Uwa ge, de yanga, de la mi ade. Gese a chi gi awu Onye-Uwa ge, de yanga, and I will give you reasons that you cannot refuse. I will give you reasons that you cannot refuse. Because somebody just set alarm trap few days ago. Yes. The person just drew my few days ago. Masa kwane ya pam jiri saya. Ya na lapuma. Ya brain ya lomog. You wala. You may the trap man get set like gamma that this person set like a trap. Okay, now fine. So who is your chi? Who is your Onye-Uwa? Are they the same? Are they different? Now this question comes up every time. In fact, it is a topic for debate among many people. But now I want to tell you something. That Igeji, even common sense will make you know if I am right or wrong. But we are going to look at it from a different perspective. Probably from the angle that you have not thought of it before. So if you find this topic interesting, share it so that people will know and stop making blind arguments. Share the post now. Kaiku hebasara chigi na Onye-Uwa ge. No for the akpo Onye-Uwa ha akpo ya ago ge. No for the akpo ya ago ge. No for the akpo ya Onye-Uwa. So chigo Onye-Uwa, chigo or category different from Onye-Uwa ge. Now we did a program. All of you are aware that on a program program Omenala. We are trying to restore Omenala in Imo State. So after the program, we were having photo shoots. I didn't say photo. So people were coming and we were snapping. Then so we were snapping pictures and exchanging pleasantries. So one young man or somewhere, maybe he has seen me somewhere and he wanted to throw that question at me. And maybe he was recording the conversation. I don't know. And I think he wanted to make a fool out of me. Yes, that's what I think. Or him the doctor from him. Because when others were calling me to come and come and I didn't follow them immediately because I wanted to finish what that young man started. So he seems like this kind of people, this I too know kind of people that want to make a fool out of DBS, or I hug it as a DBR bright or something like that. I joy or gone, I just tag on. You understand? KG that him, you know, that kind of thing. So the young man came. I'll tell you from our conversation on him geja calling onye chimano na Onye-Uwa. So when the young man, he said, excuse me, that he wants to talk to me. He was there with us. He said he wants to talk with me. Masi, okay, fine. He asked him because no one here chore jom. Jomo be joy, I agree to you. The boy is shooting. He asked him because na here chore jom. Chimado and Onye-Uwa, are they the same thing or are they different? So I looked at him. When I saw him, I knew a debate is about to kick off. Do you understand? And that's not really a debate, but a kind of disagreement in ideologies is about to kick off. So and it is going to metamorphose into a debate or something else, depending on how I handle that question. Do you understand? So I knew that a tactical question, this is the kind of question, I don't give video ni jog here, you begin to fumble. So when he asked me, Chimadu no Onye-Uwa or the same thing, I say yes. Tony Nkem, I greet you. Happy New Year. So ma say yes. Chigi is your Onye-Uwa. So I knew I've entered his trap. Here our trap was set, reset. I've entered the trap because I said yes. Your Chi is your Onye-Uwa. So he now asked me again. He said, what is your Onye-Uwa? And I told him your Onye-Uwa, Onye-Uwa, the person that your incarnate, Onye reincarnated into you. Ishi. Na second trap, yeah. And I was waiting for him to feel too comfortable before I would slam him. So, Masaya, Onye-Uwa ge onye ahụ ya olago ụwa. Msi oya o Onye-Uwa ge. Ya so okay. Onye kwanu wu chim. Masaya chim wukwa, that's my personal force. And onye ahụ ya olamu ụwa. Ya sim okay. Nay paying attention. I've established the facts that, as in, I've told him that Achimi wu Onye-Uwa. So abalam nime trap or set. Olega. Onya ya amalam. Then ya oba amalam middle field now. He asked him, can one person reincarnate into two or more persons? Masaya yes. Otu onye ji ayola mana abụọ na atọ na anọ ụwa. He asked him how that I should explain. So from the way he was asking me the question, I think I was on record. Yotala. The way he was asking me the question, I think he was on record. I was on record, and to be replayed in his own convenience. Yes, in his own time, at his own convenience rather. So that ye may a caricature of Ndi Dibia na ma pereta na ma ke hariri or kwano poya Ndi Dibia na eklemo na hama mana hamage. You understand me? So I'm still waiting for that video to surface somewhere. You know, if he won't publish that video. You understand? Because I'll tell you why he will not publish the video unless he wants to promote my intelligence and wisdom instead of promoting his own. So he asked me, can one person reincarnate into 2 or 5 or more persons? And I said yes. Ask him how I should explain. Masaya fine. For instance, you yourself now. I believe 2, 3, 4, or 5 as the case may be. For somebody like me, 21. For somebody like Abara Minibola, 21 children. Ajulam Amgejazun Agamaso Chafu. Korompamono. Enwe nwa koronne mono. Konna mono. And before my mother won, I said, "Child, enwe mana hu ihe gburu ya." Yes, but can story for another day. So for somebody like Nacho 21, then I told the guy, I say, you only ke chore 2, 3, or 4. I say no mo ga ahu. Ga amokwo omo. And n'ime ụmụ ga ahụ now, assuming na ịmụrụ ụmụ 3, ụmụ 3 ga amụọ ụmụ 3 each. Ele ndị ga ayọra ha ụwa. Do you understand? The progression is very little. Therefore, there is need for one person to yola more than one person over. There is need for one person to yola more than one person over. You understand me? So, nimo moga, assuming name mo 3. Omo 3 ahu, otu onye amụọ 3, onye ọzọ amụọ 3, onye ọzọ amụọ 3. Ya wụ 9 grandchildren. Assuming name nwụọla before that time. Ele ndị chere ga ayola ndị ahụ ụwa. Ndị ga ayola ahụ ụwa will come from you. They will be split. You personally nwere ike yola mmadụ 3 ụwa. N'ime ụmụ gị, assuming na nwụọla before amụma nwụ, nwere ike yola mmadụ 3. Then others nwere ike uncles gị nwere ike na-ayọziri ndị ka ọzọ ụwa. Or your relatives or your maternal home when you can because all these ancestors are looking for where to split so that they will reduce their karma. Onye-Uwa Yorowa is repeating class. If you fulfill your karmic cycle, you will ascend. You will ascend. You will stop reincarnating. Do you understand? You will stop reincarnating. Ndi Igbo anyama eja akwụshe ya ụwa akwụshe. Mene nanye ji ase owame ụwa asatọ. Enwere ihe mere Ndi Igbo ji ase owame ụwa asatọ. That is your 8th reincarnation on earth. Some of us may not reincarnate 8 times. Some of us may reincarnate only 4 times. Yaga. Some even reincarnate wo shishi. Some may reincarnate one nama. Depending on how udiaro para. No working baby. That is why you see some people or everybody KJ and label because all Ishi. Or everybody amono as Onye-Uwa can emeta. Some of them are fulfilling their karmic purpose. Also do surgery, and in fact, if you do surgery for them and they become complete, in fact, you have extended their karmic depth because they are actually paying their karmic debt by being blind from birth, or being lame from birth, or being deaf from birth. You understand me? So one soul, yes, Stella Moon Chiabo said one soul can live in different bodies to make the work less. Yes. So one soul can spread itself, spread your way into so many bodies to reduce that person's karma in the previous existence. You understand? So when I explain this into the guy, I say, yes, so to onye ga yo fula mata abo na ato na no owa. Then the guy entered another question. You see, I've entered his trap. Then he said, if one person can reincarnate into 2 persons, you see, and if I claim that Onye-Uwa, yes, and if I claim that Onye-Uwa is somebody's chi, and I claim that Onye-Uwa can reincarnate in many places, then why do the Igbos say chi awotu, meaning that no 2 chis are the same? All and the other. He has slammed me. Okay, that is, if I say that Chi and Onye-Uwa are the same, if I say that Chi and Onye-Uwa are the same thing, he now asked me, if I say also that Onye-Uwa can reincarnate into so many people, that's 5 or 2, that's 2 persons or more can share one Onye-Uwa, and I claim that Chi is also Onye-Uwa, he now asks me, why do the Igbos say that Chi awotu? That's chi is not identical. A man's chi is different from the other man's chi, and different from the other man's chi, and different from the other man's chi. You see, he has slammed me. So I laughed, my smile, because I know that he has landed. And maybe this is what he goes about asking illiterate native doctors. And hey, what ndo charge wobu anyi? Hey, what ndo okpere ji wobu anyi ndeke pastor? Aswala gi bekee gbarere gi brain. Go your ass, you just swallow your saliva and go back. Aswala gi English gbarere gi brain. Gama hega, because as far as I'm concerned, if you are mounted, you have to be intelligent and mounted to win an argument. In fact, to win a soul, even, because the world is moving towards intelligence now. And very soon we will leave this 24. I will leave the jet age. I've been at this thing. We will leave the internet age. Very soon we are going into the AI age. That's artificial intelligence. Very soon we are leaving the internet age. So with this internet now, whether you are a native doctor, whether people see you as somebody that is supposed to be in the bush, or somebody that is supposed to be operating from the bush, or somebody that must operate from Bata like this. I me choose today inside Bata as my reception. Fine. So whether you are seen as somebody that must be in a place like this or not, make use of this internet now. Soon, we are leaving the internet age and we are entering the AI age, artificial intelligence. You understand me? So now this young man, Elechala Manya, Obiaga, I don't slam him. Oya sama jojo njoroge. Master Yoga. Yes. One Onye-Uwa can reincarnate into 2 or more persons. Yet at the same time, Chi abugotu. Those people, they are Chi abugotu. Yes, so since if they are Chi abugotu and one person reincarnated into all of them, which means Onye-Uwa is not Chi. Master, let me tell you something. So let us liken that reincarnation. One person reincarnated into like 4 persons. Master, it is like your parents giving birth to 4 children. Those 4 children will share the same gene. with your father. Myself, for instance, you have siblings. You have brothers, you have sisters. They all came from Utunnage and Afonnegi. Let us say Utunnage, maybe not the same mother. But let us say from your father, all of you, 4 of you came from the same man. Master, you will be sharing the same gene, the same genetic makeup with your father. 4 of you will be sharing the same genetic makeup with your father. Now, your father has split himself into 4 places. Iware, your father has split himself into 4 places. Yet, those 4 persons are different because they have different DNAs. No 2 DNAs are the same, meaning Achiawuhotu. No 2 thumbprints are the same, meaning Achiawuhotu. Meaning Chiawotu. No 2 thumbprints are the same. No 2 DNAs are the same, even among siblings. Master, yet one father gave birth to those siblings. That is one Onye-Uwa reincarnated into 4 persons. Yet those 4 persons are Chinwawuhotu. Let us liken it with gene and thumbprint. Let us liken it with gene and that's genetic makeup and DNA. That DNA itself. That DNA jemema akpabiri ọnụ. Maka ndị amaghị DNA. Ndị ede nwe ike pronounce. DNA wo deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. You understand? It is abbreviated as DNA. It is the molecule that carries genetic information for the development of functions of an organism. Now, don't forget that an gene and genetic makeup, a recessive gene and dominant gene. You understand? You a nurse. You understand what I'm talking about? Abi? You're a nurse. Yes. So fine. We have recessive genes. We have dominant genes. You see, as it is above, so it is below. I can go on and on to expatiate, to coagulate. Hebasara gene, hebasara thumbprint, hebasara DNA. Like Neaya, Majaya with hebasara Chimmano and Onye-Uwa Mad. So, but with these little points that I've made from this perspective that you may not have thought of or thought in that direction, I think I've been able to make I've made a reasonable submission. Yes, I've made a reasonable submission that Chi and Onye-Uwa are the same. Chigiwo Onye-Uwa. You understand? Chigiwo Onye-Uwa. The only difference there is that Beji who split here. Ndeke part the same gene. Ndeke part the same gene, but with different thumbprints and identities. So next time you are faced with this kind of a trap and debate, save this video in your phone. Know how to answer them. Study this video. Especially if you're not a science student, it will take you time to understand what I've just said here now. Okay, take a time. So save this video. Share in your page. Save the video. Study the video. Whenever they come with that argument, counter them with this counter proof. So that was what I told that young man. And it became too difficult for him to swallow. I stood and I watched. He only cannot watch my video because he took my number afterwards. When I was about to drive out, he took my number. Also, they were number that day. So he may be watching this video. He may be seeing this video. He may see it later. So after I gave him these reasons and this proof, I was satisfied by the look on his face. Yes, because I was seeing the look of mockery, and when he was asking me those questions, he was like, hey, the look on your nah. Okay. So Oborona, yeah, this dibia does not know what is coming. This dibia with these questions now. So I swallowed all those ones. Now when I landed, it became difficult for him to swallow. He was looking towards his left. You know, psychologically, when somebody is having a hard time digesting something, when somebody has a hard time digesting information, people tend to look towards their left. Like they think towards their left. But when people know what they are talking about, and when people are in control of their thoughts, they will tend to look towards their right. So I watched him. Yashi towards his left. Don't worry about my camera. My left is my right, and my right is my left, because the camera is inverted. The camera sware or turn. So all the while Yale left, yeah. So I knew that he is trying to process the information that I've given to him. And the information a tumble or liar. He is not used to this kind of reasoning and counter slam. So learn what I just said now. Get comfortable with it. Get conversant with what I just taught you now. Because you will meet this question sometime, somewhere, someday. And if you answer with what I just said, you're good to go. Ya gajila nwoke gajila nwanyị. Onye nunu oli ya Dr. Osinacha opara agbara mmiri gbola. Dibia ka nwo phone number me 0803 0877 400. 0803 0877 400. One day man shawum dibia. They say dibia keja asu beke. Sorry about my English. I'm just trying to communicate. Yes, even the dibia in your village wish he knew or he knows how to speak English. Go we can reach a larger audience. So who mehe madibia so beke na or who mehe always tool. It is a tool, a communication tool. Aqua Dutch, agama solan Dutch. A French, levu la clapate la voulez-vous agama sokwaya. So nde wono ya gajeno. Amara olam French is small. Somebody say, why do you always use carved images to represent a deity? My brother, okay, should I treat this topic now? Or, okay, I'll treat it some other time. But let me give you an insight. Portal. Portal is an opening. In fact, if you have studied any Western esoteric science, you know what portal means. To open a portal, a place, a point, a rendezvous where demons or spirits, whether benevolent or malevolent, that's whether mojo or muoma, where they can come in and leave. They can come in from that spot and leave through that spot. That is what those carved images are doing. The same way your churches have carved images, the grotto of Jesus, the same way you also have the picture of Jesus, the same way you have the crucifix in your house. You don't need those things if that is the case, but you need a consecrated place, an area of consecration. You understand? Ebe doronso, where you keep those things. You know that when you enter there, it is a portal with the right invocation, with the right incantations. You will open the door, you will communicate, and then you can close it at will. So I will discuss this thing here about carved images. And there's something about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind always needs sight and vibration to complete the frequency of manifestation. This guy is bombarding me with questions. King Henry also said, can a native doctor solve spiritual problems without an altar? There has to be an altar first. There has to be an altar first. Then you can solve the spiritual problem outside the altar. But from that altar, you fuel your spirit. Then you can go outside, just like in the DJJ outside work. The altar is not in your house. If I come to work in your house, My altar is not in your house, but definitely I have an altar. I have an altar. Everyone should have an altar. There has to be a place of concentration. Consecration, not concentration. A place of consecration. There has to be an altar. Yes, a native doctor must solve spiritual problems with altar, not without altars. It's just like your car can be running. Motogi, your vehicle can be running. You can be moving your vehicle about. But there has to be a filling station. There has to be a fuel station. Do you understand? There has to be a place where you fuel your car, where you refuel your car. You understand? Without refueling your car, you cannot move that vehicle. So there has to be an altar. There has to be a point where you draw energy from. There has to be a particular place where you draw energy from. So you can mount several altars for yourself at different locations, strategic different locations. So that is the way it is. However, the power is within you to summon the spirit you need from those altars. Makana Ishi na King Henry said, how do you confirm that there is energy in your altar? You have asked me 3 questions, and I like the way you're asking me the questions. How to confirm if there is energy in your altar? Number 1, the spirit will be speaking with you via intuition, through dreams, through manifestations. Intuition, dreams, manifestations. Now those manifestations can come in natural occurrences, random natural occurrences, you understand, or through prayer answered. When you make a request, when you drop a supplication, and those spirits will come to answer you, that is manifestation. Here goro mo client onu me gewa no weke gi na ezinụlọ ga onu mana ha chọrọ ya manifest ya gama na mmụọ na ya. Mmụọ bịakwa bịakwuola gị okwu zie gị ozi ga-eme ya ga na ahụ datin gama na mmụọ nọ nga ahụ. Then mmụọ ahụ kwara ike na-enye gị true intuition gama kwa na mmụọ nọ there. Do you understand me? So that is just the way it is. You will always know. You will always know. They will communicate with you. They will speak with you, and you will know. Then it is left for you to know your moments of weakness. Know your moments of weakness. And then you know when you are at your highest ebb. You will know your moment of weakness. And at your moment of weakness, don't attempt to go and work for anybody as a native doctor. Don't go and work for anybody, because you may record low success or no success at all in that honor. So target when you are high. Target your highest when you are at your highest point. Then go passion and get wakashi everywhere. Do you understand? Don't ego. That is why sometimes some people will pay me to do work for them. That work man eche. When they got come got time, they spend aga man run echi. Aga man ya tomorrow. Me chere mam nushina nushi. You know, as we grow, we learn. As we communicate with your spirit, gana nishi ono mwoge, mwogana nishi onoge, gana amu umbo, you get better. No wonder you both say practice makes perfect. That is why I always tell you in my videos that me, I'm not perfect. Maka Ndi Igbo na-atụkwa ilulu sị na anyị dịka ụmụaka na-asa ahụ n'afọ anyị ama mgbe anyị mejọrọ. Therefore anyị meme were nụ anyị memejọ dozie nụ ya were n'ọkụ unu ji wụrụ mmụọ. Miss Sydney said, what is the significance of a bird always coming to lay and hatch eggs on your windows? Well, I don't know. Kama na him mawo nnụnụ kpakwara nwa akịrị ore hụrụ nwa akịrị ahụ n'anya ọ laikere onye ahụ. So the birds that come in my compound here, if they are weak, if they are tired, I just capture them, treat them, and set them free. Set them free. So anytime it comes to perch again, because they will always come back to greet you. You understand? So anytime I go after, I know that this is that bird. Because this is that bird. So I don't kill birds that come to lay eggs in my shrine here. I don't kill birds that come to stay in my obi in the main building. Ejila ma achofu self. Yes, I'm no like ya choro ge bia means that you have your aura at that moment very bright. Your aura at that moment is bright and shining. And if you are if you are about to fall sick, you will know they will sense your they don't see how we see. They have this ultraviolet they have extra wavelengths. Their sight extra age where I will research again and find out. But they don't see like human beings. So they see colors. Just like nketage, just like a pusugi. Egala nketaga amana se egala anwu. Mpagere amoria magere amoria gala anwu. Nketage manonya ahụ ga anwu. And they will start saying their goodbye. They will become too attached to that person, too clingy to that person. They will lick you, and pusuji emekwa yeme. Why? Because they are seeing a different color that is around you, and they are perceiving a different odor around you. They perceive sympathy, they perceive pain, they perceive heartbreak, they perceive sickness, malaria, typhoid, they perceive terminal illnesses, they perceive they perceive when you are troubled, they perceive when you are owing people and your mind is not at ease. They perceive all these things. That is why when you are happy with a dog, you don't need to tell the dog. The dog will come and be now out here. You don't need to tell the dog. You don't even need to tell a cat that you are happy. You understand? That is why the language that a dog does not even understand. The emotion the dog knows that it's a shinga for. Before you know it, the dog will get used to that. And so the same way it is with all these animals. So no now be an issue window give na their pet ya be na eme this thing. Or like rege. Ya like him go ga be issue window gi. Your energy ga na acho you also. Or like rege. So make use of that your energy at those moments. Before get meru onwe gi. Ndewo. Woke na wanyi gere me nte ekelela me. Okay, somebody say King Henry say kwa Canaan. Henry say can an altar be effective without spilling of obara on the altar? My brother, it depends on the kind of altar Imega erects. This is a very, very important. In short, I'll come back to this live video and pick some things from these your questions, and then I'll use them and make another live video so that I will expatiate and cover here. You see here, obara currency is a spiritual currency. You understand? It is a spiritual currency. There's a reason why obara is important, even in Christianity. Nobody should underplay the importance of obara. That's what I mean by obara. Now, even let me start from your Bible. Aja in your Bible, obara keja achia. You understand? Even Egypt, Pharaoh first sons. Israel. Oh yeah? No, Motochoga Israel, sorry. Motochoga Israel. Israel be manna Chineke wu. Si Chineke wu, we are angel of destruction. Angel of destruction are the baby first sons Egypt nine. Now, that's angel of destruction. Amake uke. Or maybe differentiate. And that is the word of the spirit. You understand? In the spirit, there is no fairness. There is only advantage. You understand? Now you go direct with thing you want. Fairness and their advantage. That was why the spirit of Jehovah couldn't differentiate Kewum Israel na Kewum Egypt. Because Obela Bibu. Angel of destruction and horse and Rabela Bibu. Ofo lamma. Anya chala yobara. So Adazi Gwamoshinwu Agwu Israel say, we are no spotless lamb. And when the angel of destruction comes and sees the blood, it shall pass over you. He will pass over you. Or from there, KGB the Passover feast in the Bible. After that thing happened, and I the Passover feast in the Bible. Passover that the angel of destruction came and passed over the houses of the children of Israel without Igbo, their first sons. Ya pass you over. Ye cheze jebuma kendi Egypt. Because Egypt they take her there. Now, why didn't their Jehovah tell them to carry that lamp? Just tie the lamp by the neck or tie it by the leg in your doors. And when the angel come, he will pass over. No. But when sit we rob haraya stay there. That's to show you that there is significance. Na hebasara opara. Opara very important. Opara very important. Now, the same Jehovah wanted to test Abraham ya sị ya were otu mkpụrụ nwa ya chụọla ya aja. Abraham ejikechalụ fo mma jikecha o ji egbu Isaac otu mkpụrụ nwa ya. Jehova sị ya na calm down, ahụla m na ị laikere m, ahụla m na ị nwere love ebe m nọ, ebe ị nwere obi chi igbula m otu mkpụrụ nwa gị, a confirm ọla m na ị nwere love ebe m nọ. Now you will think that Jehovah ga-asị ya ngwa lawa, as I don't confirm am say you like me and you can do anything for me, or yeah, they go. Jehovah did not tell Abraham to go. Instead, Jehovah still provides ram, evula, for him. Tell him say let's anya ebe ahụ. Tell him say le anya side ebe ahụ. Ị ga-ahụ, you go see ram where you dey for tickets. Ahịhịa jidere ya na ram ya. Go there, go carry am. Buy am for me. Ọbara agụgbuola m. Ọbara agụpịala m anya. Ọbara ka emeri ihu ya taa, aga m arọ ya na nrọ. Egwurugwu ọhịa Jehova gwara Abraham. Aga m akpọ gị ụjọ gwa gị ya. Ya sị ya lekwa jeje we ọbara gbuo ya nye m ọbara. Why ọsị hụ ya lakpuo? He still provides anụ ọ ga-egbule ya nye ya ọbara on top. That is to show you that ọbara is very, very important. I can keep going on and on and on and on and on to tell you about opera. Even you may say that this is the Old Testament. Some Christians now are beginning to talk among themselves that this is the Old Testament. Then let me shock you. Since in the New Testament, why didn't Jesus just say that his word is enough for that? Why did your Jesus still use his opera to charge? As yes, now let us think. As New Testament, New Testament, Jesus guarantees I have come, and Old Testament all things have passed away, all things have become new. Therefore, I need my whole blood again. But he used his own blood, the ultimate. That is to show you that opera is very, very, very important. You understand? Jesus has one on opera the ultimate. He should have told you another thing. Say use his saliva or use his tears or use his ubamanayama or no, I've abolished him basara opera. Ya gwan no say emelam abolish him basara opera. He didn't do that. Instead, he ejikwa chokwa de aja. Instead she said no opera ke ya the highest. I'm talking to you Christians. Before me share pattern Ọmenala. Ana m abia. Yes, before me share pattern Ọmenala. So opera is very, very important. As Jesus agwakwan before ya nwụọ, ya sị na rie break ya bread rie ya n'ọwa ahụ ya. O breakiri bread nye nwosi rie n'ọwa ahụ ya, were mmanya wine nye nye Christians and disciples ya sị ṅụọ nọ wine n'ọwa ọbara m ka unu na-aṅụ. Ya bịa sị do this always in remembrance of me. Till today, Christians are still Talahu Jesus na aṅụkwa ọbara Jesus in a symbolic ritual that they call the Holy Communion. So you know ọbara is very important. So you that is asking me, can you erect an altar or an altar? Yeah, can you erect an altar without ọbara? Na jizire gị gụọ eze gị ọnụ now. Altar n'iji ha ọbara mee erect. Ka gị mazi ihe dị altar ga-arụ. Agị mụdị ọrụ ị chọrọ ka ọ na-arụla gị. Ma mosquito na-ata gị n'abalị ka ị chọrọ ka ọ na-akọchapụrụ gị, ka ị chọrọ ka ọ na-arụla gị ọrụ dị mkpa mmụọ eji arụ. So agị mụdị altar ị chọrọ ime erect. Agị makwa na ụdị ọbara ị chọrọ inye ya, ma ọbara oke, ma ọbara nkwere, ma ọbara ehi, ma ọbara nkịta, ma ọkepusu, ma ọka agwọ, ma ọke nnama. Agị mụdị ọbara ị chọrọ inye ya. Ka aha wụrụ that one. Abata n'ime ọdịnala. Echem na enwere ọrụ a na-arụ wụ basics ọdịnala, ma ịkpọtụ chi gị, ma idochi ikenga gị, ma ịrụ agwụ, ma ihima mmụọ, ma ihima agbara. All these things need ọbara. Ndewono. King Henry say, can you differentiate between the different types of altars and their uses? Na ajụghị m lema ajụghị na achọm ka this video toko ogologo. Don't worry, inbox me, jụọ some of these questions. Then they are going to shape my next live videos. So ndewono. Nwoke na nwaanyị gere m ntị. Ị like ya ihe ndị anyị kọrọ nga. Please metụrụ m aka na share button. Biko ọkwa nọ na-share these videos ndị mmadụ na-ahụkwa ya nọ na-share these videos ndị mmadụ na-ahụ ya anya na-amụ ajị ndị ọdịnala ndị ama ha ga-asa ma ajụọ nwa ajụjụ a na-amụ akwa n'elu ka enwuo ma ama do you understand a na-amụta ya na-agafa ndị mmadụ na-ahụkwanụ m hụkwanụ si enwere nwa dibịa ejikwa na-akụzi nkụzi so biko share ya na share nowadays awụkwa mgbe a na-asịzi mmadụ ishare post nwa dibịa therefore I no go dey with you na lie the person wey suppose tell you that thing e dey here in dey come here come collect your own that person wey go tell you say oh you and nwa dibịa onye ahụ na ọ na-ashine me nga amaya sa nga mme amaya na me and I follow they drink all this drink those people na then they here they dey inside my phone me and them we dey talk we dey so share my post to share my post ka ọ dịrị gị na mma ndewo nọ ya gajina nwoke gajina nwaanyị biko ihe ndị nnụ jụrụ nụ na-ajụ ndị ahụ ọ ga-ahụ na next this thing ya gaji nkwọta ya kwụ ala anyị ha ọma nkwọta ya kwụ ala anyị ogologo ndụ na ahụ isi ike ha akụ ha enwe ya kwụ ala anyị mmeghe ụzọ anyị eche na okpokpo ahụ egbukwala anyị ọhịa m gọrọ ọfọ special ọfọ m gọgala anyị taa asị m okpokpo ahụ egbukwala anyị kwuo sị dọkịta Osinachi ọpara gbara mmiri bọọlụ asị na okpokpo ahụ a ga-egbu anyị okpokpo ahụ na-egbu nwa nkịta agaghị egbu anyị taa awụ nkwọ yes maka na anyị ma na ha etipa na-ada ha ọ na-ada n'ụda awụ ha ọ na-agba n'ọsọ yọtara ha etipa na-ada n'ụda awụ ha ọ na-agba n'ọsọ asị m anyị agaghị adị ka tipa dagburu onwe ya n'ụda mana ọ naghị agba ọsọ ọhịa m gọrọ n'ọfọ ka special ọfọ ka m gọrọ so biko nụ enwe ndị m mejọrọ ma ndị m emejọhụ soro nụ tie ise if you no like me today you go like me tomorrow enwekwa ebe ị ga-eheti m nwekwa ebe ị ga-alike m ama m na enwere ndị m mejọrọ amakwa m na enwere ndị m mejọrọ mana a nwekwara ebe m dịkwa mma maka na nwaanyị onye ara wụ naanị n'isi ka ha mere ya ahụ ya ebe ndị ọzọ dịka oke nwaanyị onye ara ha mere ya wụ n'isi naanị ebe ndị ka ọzọ rekwa oke ndị ewe nọ ya gazie ya wụrụ ka wuru ilulu osi nwere ike ịlaike ha osi na paati mana ebe ndị ọzọ osi erekwa oke ya gazie na ndụ ndị ewo